It was Christmas Eve, and Carmel was very excited, looking forward to Christmas, and knew she couldn't sleep with anticipation of Santa Claus bringing her presents to her in the morning. Herself and her mom and dad were leaving a glass of milk and a carrot out for Santa and his reindeers, what they did every Christmas Eve. Then it was time for her to go to bed, her mom and dad told her. As she went to bed, she found it hard to get to sleep with excitement. She heard a noise from downstairs, and being so excited, hoping to catch a glimpse of Santa Claus, she went downstairs. And to her surprise, she saw a man at the kitchen table. She turned back slowly and crept up the stairs and went into her parents' room, nudging her mom awake. Carmel said, "Mommy, Mommy, Santa Claus is downstairs." Her mom said, "That's great, sweetie, now go back to sleep, or he might get mad and not leave your presents." Suddenly Carmel's mom heard a noise from downstairs, so she went down to investigate. Her heart pounded in her chest when she saw a black figure in her kitchen running out of the door with their turkey. Carmel couldn't understand why her mom was so afraid. The figure Carmel thought to be Santa was a thief who broke into their house on Christmas Eve. Me and my friends were having an awesome New Year's Eve party. I started speaking to a girl called Krista when things started getting a bit weird. We were alone in a room and she started speaking about New Year's resolutions. She looked me in the eye and asked, "Do you know where the dark goes when the light comes on? Do you know where the light goes in the dark?" I never heard these questions before and just smiled at her and said, "I guess it disappears. I don't know." Then she said to me, "What if it was still here?" I asked her, "What do you mean? What if what was still here?" "The light," she said. "What if the light was still here when it was dark? And where would the light go in the dark?" She kept talking about dark and light, so I stood up and walked out of the room and said, "Nice to meet you, Krista. Let's go outside. It's nearly midnight. We don't want to miss the fireworks." I walked out to a group of my friends, excited, waiting for the fireworks. Krista came up to me again. She looked very serious and said in a serious tone, "You won't like it when you find out the answer." I asked her, "What do you mean?" She turned around and walked away. 5 minutes later, my friends lit the fireworks and everyone cheered until suddenly everything changed when a firework backfired into my stomach. I looked down and could see the fire burning in my stomach as I was screaming in pain. A few days later, when I was recovering in the hospital, a nurse walked into the room. When I saw who it was, I froze. It was Krista. She looked down at me and said, "I told you that you wouldn't like where the light goes when it's dark." My family were very poor, and this year has been the worst year ever. My dad was working long hours at a job that paid him next to nothing, and we still couldn't make ends meet. It was coming up to Thanksgiving, which meant there were lots of expense if we were to get a Thanksgiving dinner. It was just me and my sister and parents, but still there was Christmas coming up and we need money if we were to buy presents, etc. We say every year we won't get excited about Christmas, but when it comes to it, we always do. No matter how hard we had it, my dad always made sure Santa Claus would always come to us at Christmas time. We were just about to give up on Christmas time when my dad was offered an extraordinary deal. This man that looked like he was working for the government or was a secret agent approached my dad one day randomly outside the mall. The man said, "Hello sir, let me introduce myself as Mr. Change. I call myself Mr. Change because I make people's lives change. I can't say where or how I heard about your unfortunate circumstances, but the main thing is I did, and for that reason it makes you a very lucky man. The reason it makes you a very lucky man is because I can change your life totally. I can set you up in a high-paying job with holidays paid for 4 times during the year. The first year you will be exempt from paying any tax, and you will also be given a new luxury home and car. Please don't say anything or give me any answer until I finish what I am about to tell you. This is an experiment you may call that is given to people in need. That's people in situations like yours. You are working around the clock and see no signs of it, but I am giving you the opportunity to that all change. All you need to do is come to a secret location where you and your family will be blindfolded to and taken to enjoy a lovely Thanksgiving meal. We will have top chefs preparing the meal. After the meal, you will be automatically given the opportunity of a lifetime. Your luxury car will be outside your door when you arrive home, and there will be directions put in the GPS to your new luxury home, which will still be in your same neighbourhood. You will be able to start your new job next week, and to top it off, we will be putting $100,000 into your bank account to set you up. You will have another task at Christmas time, where you will have to cook the Christmas dinner this time. You will be given the ingredients, and all you have to do is be the chef. When you have the dinner cooked and eaten, you will be able to enjoy your life of luxury with no more things to do. You will have no more tasks, but if you don't finish the task of cooking the meal, then I am afraid everything will be taken from you, and you will be back to the way you are right now. On Thanksgiving, we were all put into a car and blindfolded. It all seemed really weird and like something out of a thriller movie, but my dad told me that it will be all worth it, that our lives will change completely for the best. When we arrived and were in the secret location, we all ate the most beautiful tasty dinner. It wasn't turkey, but it tasted beautiful. From Thanksgiving to Christmas, we were living the high life my dad enjoyed, driving around in a sports car, and my mom loved shopping for dresses and getting the best makeup artists to get her ready for big nights out my dad and her used to go to. They usually loved going to fancy restaurants. When it came to Christmas Day, the same man was in our house. He looked at my dad and said, "Well done, sir, you are doing great. You have just one more task to do, and then this luxurious life is all yours. This is a pass-it-on experiment, but you're not to tell a living soul about what it is. Otherwise, you will have everything stripped away. The next task and last task is the same as what the other lucky people did before ye. They are now living the most luxurious lifestyle you can imagine. All you need to do is pick a family member, your son, your daughter, or your wife, and kill whoever you choose with this gun, then cook them, and whoever is alive out of the 3, then eat the body. That's what the other family did, and they never looked back. Me and my dad and mom and sister all froze and thought he was kidding, but after a while we knew he wasn't. My dad took the gun and held it up to my mom and pulled the trigger. We are now rich, but I'd rather be pinless than my mom of being killed.